The strangest part about my life is how it hides its fractures until they swallow everything whole. Mine began on a Thursday morning, the kind of morning where sunlight pours through the kitchen window like molten gold, brushing against granite countertops and lighting the steam rising from my coffee. I was grinding beans, the roar of the grinder oddly comforting, while Alex sat at the table with his tablet, glasses slipping down the bridge of his nose. 12 years of marriage had given us these mornings, predictable, comforting, a quiet symphony I thought I knew by heart. "Late meeting tonight," he said, not looking up. "Okay, I'll run errands first, beat the weekend crowd," I replied, my voice just a bit too bright, too rehearsed. He nodded, sipping the coffee I had placed before him. "Sounds good, honey. Don't work too hard." It was such an ordinary moment, and yet a tiny domino fell. I felt a pang that was equal parts guilt and pity. Alex seemed ordinary. Thinning hair, conservative tie, his world neatly contained in our home and law firm. I, on the other hand, felt caged by his quiet stability, craving something untamed, alive. That's when Noah came into my life. He was creative, magnetic, alive in a way Alex no longer was. Our affair didn't start with passion, it was a slow drift. Long lunches became after-work drinks, which became stolen afternoons in anonymous downtown hotel rooms. The thrill wasn't in the physical, it was in the feeling of being noticed, of being fascinating again. I convinced myself I wasn't hurting anyone. Alex was oblivious, consumed by blueprints, meetings, and routines. Still, guilt was a low hum beneath my skin. Ironically, I became a better wife, cooking Alex's favorite meals, asking about his day, listening with manic focus. He never suspected a thing. Sometimes he looked at me with soft fondness, and my heart hammered so violently I almost feared he could hear it. 4 months into the affair, the first crack appeared. I returned home from a lunch with Noah to find Alex on the edge of our bed, holding a small silver stud earring. "Found this in the car," he said, calmly, brushing his fingers against mine as he handed it over. His warmth was real, yet his eyes held a strange, unreadable depth. It was so small, so ordinary, but the unease it provoked was monumental. Then came the lipstick, the phantom emails, the flowers. Each was a carefully placed arrow nudging me toward the terrifying realization Alex was watching. He wasn't a naive husband. He was patient, methodical, dismantling my secret life brick by brick. The affair with Noah frayed. Fear replaced excitement. I ended it with a rushed, tense phone call, giving him a weak excuse. He called me cowardly, but I barely noticed. Navigating Alex's silent siege consumed every part of me. Even minor household details became weapons. Rearranged books, replaced mugs, music I disliked playing with a claimed newfound taste. Every day, 1,000 tiny cuts. Life's smallest moments became theater. Alex would casually correct small habits I didn't realize I had, pointing out my absent-mindedness in public, making me feel subtly ridiculous. I started to second-guess myself. Did I really misplace my keys, or had he moved them? Was that a forgotten appointment mine, or had he manipulated the calendar? The paranoia he seeded bloomed inside me, consuming my confidence. Social events became battlefields. At a colleague's barbecue, children laughing and grilling smells filling the air, Alex anchored me in public displays of affection. Just a hand on my waist, just a kiss to the temple, but the gesture wasn't warmth, it was control. Everyone else saw love. I felt caged. Later, a neighbor innocently asked if we were planning a vacation, and Alex casually said, "Julia's always so busy with work lately, she hardly has time for us." He smiled, charming, innocent. My blood ran cold. He was manipulating perceptions everywhere, isolating me, painting me as negligent while appearing devoted. My mother called, worry evident in her voice. Alex had already influenced her. "Julie is busy these days, Mom. She hardly comes home anymore." I realized with horror that my support system had been subtly warped. He was controlling not only me, but the world around me, preparing the perfect environment for his slow, devastating revenge. The final revelation came on a Tuesday. I confessed to Alex, hands trembling, voice breaking, begging for understanding. He listened quietly, unnervingly calm. "I know, Julia. I've known for months." He slid a tablet across the table. Receipts, deleted texts, hotel stays, timestamps, all documented meticulously. He had already filed for a divorce. He had won, not with anger, but with patient, calculated precision. Every part of my betrayal had been observed, recorded, countered. The house, our friends, my dignity, gone. The autumn sun shone gently outside, but inside, my life felt like a tomb. Alex remained calm, poised, untouchable. He didn't need to yell or threaten. The quiet, ordinary man I had underestimated had become my most formidable opponent. The hunter had become the hunted, and I was prey, utterly exposed. I wandered through my empty world in the weeks that followed, haunted by the subtlety of his revenge. It wasn't a single act of fury, it was the patient dismantling of my life, 1,000 quiet cuts, 1,000 silent triumphs. I had sought passion, excitement, escape, but the cost was absolute. Alex's revenge wasn't theatrical, it was devastatingly, flawlessly patient. He had built me a life, observed every flaw, and meticulously deconstructed it. And in that quiet devastation, I learned the harshest lesson. The strongest people are often silent, watching, waiting, and when the moment comes, they strike with the inevitability of fate.